Yo, party practitioner, pop bottles, no never that. I pop a rap in that dash, just call me thunderclap. I'm airborne and Melbourne in real rare form. Internal metaphor, party prince you all adore. International lover, how about a kiss or a little controversy, irresistible bitch. I'm worldwide certified with that party vibe.
Yo, me and Dunners are brothers, but Mickey D, I hate my kin. You fucking make me sick to my stomach, like Mickey D's on a late night binge. If we're brothers, I'm rocking Abel cause I'm caning him. Facing the bitch, I'm taking the D out like Daylight did. If this the thanks I get for what I done for this guy, gave him a place with a roof to sleep under at night. Helped him through the tough times when he'd come for advice. It's nothing to sun him tonight, I've already sunned him in life. But just before I evicted him out, he was forced to live on my lounge because there were 6 other battle rappers competing for clout. And bro, you were Cortez. The weakest MC in the house got beat down, totally slaughtered and forced to sleep on the couch. And seeing how you're dogging me now, it's gotta be suicide. You can bite the hand that feeds you, but a dog will get euthanized. Not as passive as Jesus if your actions are Judas-like. Cross me and I'll cross you so you will get crucified. You try to explain Tasmania's not inbred, bitch. Your family heritage invented what incest is. I'm trying to say science explains how inbred he is. Your sex life is space and time, the way it's all relative. And you don't have ancestors, you have incestors, cunt, and they're motherfuckers, so your genetics suck. I bet Dunner's first kid's a demented one, cause like a red rag turning crip, you have defective blood. And Tassie has a huge hole in the ozone, massive in size. You can catch a tan inside when it's cold, and that isn't right. But you're so pasty and white, no way you fucking really tan in your life. It must be safe in the shade, Greeley Shadow provides. But rappers from Taz aren't tight. I massacred half of your writers. I beat Greeley, embodied vocals like part of a choir. Caused more carnage than Port Arthur on your retarded island. After I slay this bitch, my new alias is Martin Bryant.
Yeah. Alright, give it up for that round. Alright, first round on Dunners is dope.
I want you all to take a mental picture of this moment. Put it in your mind and store it. And we can look back in years to come on this timeless portrait. You just witnessed the peak of his career. Because now the Real Talk title's forfeit, I'll show this king was nothing more than a self-righteous pauper, because you think your words of the gospel like the Messiah's talking, high and mighty like you could make wine from water. Well, if you think your strides are enormous like you're a giant walking, call me David in this fight when I leave Goliath slaughtered. Well, if it ain't old Casey Coldfingers, acting shifty as he passed through. Casey Coldfingers, the type to get a stiffy watching cartoons. Casey fucking Coldfingers. What, you think it's in a past, dude? When your porn stash got more underdeveloped pictures than a dark room? You fucking rock spider, granite arachnid, stone huntsman. Hope you got beaten up after your last battle by Nomadic with both crutches. No judges, throat punching, I'll be breaking your bone structure. Your rhyme schemes are like eye-free. No weight when you throw punches. Cause you are overhyped, not underrated. I'm staying on my grind unabated. You robbed Thesaurus, undebated, underpaid him, that's an understatement. So I guess the Wiz of Oz is Vince McMahon. He could see his champ become complacent, so we got delivered to end your undefeated streak like Lesnar did the Undertaker. Yeah. Because you used to be a boss cunt, but these days you're not one. You lost love, picked the wrong slut, she pulled the box cutter, you dropped nuts. Nowadays his kitchen's looking more messy than a wound from a shotgun. You ain't done the dishes in 2 years because it reminds you that you're washed up. Sorry, shit. Hey, what's wrong, bruh? You
You can't handle it? One hit's causing him trauma. Your shit's awkward and boring, hearing him spit surely is torture. The Real Talk title, State of Origin, plus his corny performance, that's 3 things no one gives a fuck about south of the Victorian border.
People call me a junkie, but as a buddy you know it's not true, but you made albums about it. If I out it, bro, it's on you. Thinking you're Walter White, bro, we know you were just smoking ice like frozen CO2. So we know you're a junkie. And this cunt is just as dumb as he looks. His only knowledge that comes from a book is studying drugs he can boof. Bet you fried your brain and it's rare steaks from the drugs that he took because you're not well done and this motherfucker is cooked. He loves getting high on dust and ice and taking speed, whether trying to bust a rhyme or pace the streets, whether fighting butterflies or ADD, he does everything fried just like KFC. It's plain to see you have a problem. It doesn't stop at packing a bong. You have a problem banging on crack needles and having a bomb. Your battle's not with me. Reality is what you battled and lost, cause in that battle you're shooting up drugs like Cadillac Ron. And under those tats of yours, there's tracks that map a course that lead to cocaine in those veins, and that's for sure. That's what the tats are for, to cover the scabs and sores from shooting more Charlie in your army than the Yanks at war. In recent battles I saw smack dudes carved. If that's what actual bars is, I got some guns so big they have crankshafts and you have to start them. I'll share the biscuits with you like I had to Arnott's, and I'ma make the toaster flame on your throat just like your tattoo artist. Tattoos aren't cheap. He gets them for free instead. Your tattoo artist and you aren't just really friends. You're more than that. For your tats he pays the fee given head, and for that tat, all day you've taken his D to the neck. Time.
All right, give it up for that round. Second round on tennis. Let's get it.
They had a vote up in Brisbane to see who's the biggest gay cunt. And guess what? Case won. Me and him tried to see who could take drugs and stay up for 8 months, and guess what? Case won. You ain't tough, cop a straight punch, chain tucked, case run. See, your career's just like this motherfucking battle because case done. See, I'm just fucking better. Front and center. You should be standing in the back, kid. Stick that in your thesis and smoke it. You look like Ramsey on a crack binge. I'm a mic'd on, I write songs, but if you ask this man, where's your tracks, bitch? He'll just grab the inside of his arm with his hand and start to scratch it. Because you used to talk about releasing an album, but you don't try enough, broseph. If anyone's hanging to hear his album, they must be high as fuck smoking. You'd be an old age pensioner by the time the cunts wrote it. That's like trying to watch streaming porn with a dial-up modem. I mean, I'm down fucking deep. I wrecked that bacon steaks. Ate a chicken palmy for breakfast, washed down with a Coke and beans. But if any of them judges try and pull bars over jokes with me, then I'll pop your top because they're gassing you up like a soda stream. You want respect outside of Real Talk but never earned your keep or paid your dues? You know my crew's full of pissheads. You've probably heard what we've arranged for you. Already hurt, deliver. Certainly they were serving me a range of booze. Cunts, every weekend for the last 10 years I've murdered me a case or two. When you rollin' solo, you turn and don't flop to a horror show. Turn and don't flop to a horror show. Fuck it. Once the first one drops, the rest will topple like dominoes. There's no more tournament for you. You need to stop with that bollocks, bro, because I just knocked off a case like I was robbing a bottle-o.
Let's get it.
Bro, all that time you spent on making an album just seems wasted now. 1,000 copies were pressed, but they stay at your house laying around. Like when a tree falls in the forest, it may be loud, but make an album that nobody plays, now that don't make a sound. You must have wasted thousands on making them album songs when your label put you out of pocket and pulled out from funding your album because it was about to flop. That's the difference between dropping an album and having your album dropped. You're shouting songs All I need is the dole and I would be good on this earth. Then got a job because your wife wears your pants, now you put on her skirt. To this woman you are a slave. At least it looks like you were. Cracked her whip, hooked up a chain, and now she puts you to work. That's how the gorillas in cahoots die. And there's no hope for it back, but when totally intact, you know you're the shittest act. I'll show him and kill this cat and expose him for being whack and defeat this gorilla like I'm poaching a silverback. I know I've hit that before, but you're a repetitive drongo. You've got jokes but from comedy sets that you borrow. It's corny and boring, every event that you're on, bro's the same battle over and over like it's the edge of tomorrow. And Mr. Heath has a history that could be better. You aren't tight on your dark nights and I've been weak never. Got more losses than wins. If you follow his history, then you know the Joker will die if you studied Mr. Heath's ledger. If he reckons he would have won this comp, I'm not the one to fuck with, dog. Your chances will take a bigger hit than sucking bucket bongs. Comfort cause versing me, see a murdered D just like a 187 on an undercover cop. So fuck off if you thought you would beat me tonight. Your weakest piss lines aren't competing with mine. This torn knee's Gornsky. For D it's goodbye like Day's third verse Rex. Eat shit and die.
Yeah. All right, give it up for that round. Now really give it up, man. Don't Third round on Dunners, let's go.
You reckon my wife wears the pants? I will burn this little bitch. Bro, your missus wears the pants plus looks like Cursor in a wig. Your love life is a blatant joke. You use your status on a stage to cope. Because when you find a girl and make her moan, she moves up in your place of home. You ain't had much luck with the ladies though. Your dick's a magnet for them crazy hoes. Tells a girl he wants to take it slow, gives her roses and an AVO. This case getting groupies for days when he's taking his shot at stardom. But once them groupies turn loopy, you just say you're gonna charge him. You're falling off, go quarter cops, cunt, it just makes me want to harm him. Heard you been whispering at Jack's just like your name was Johnny Farnham. No, look, I take the piss. I know the story of what happened, bro. You ain't a snitch. It's just with your past history, you should know how to deal with a crazy bitch. I mean, just kick her in the face and shit. Palm her off. Just kick her in the face and shit and palm her off the acres quick. Get savage tongue to batch the cunt and end the whole relationship. You're like the male version of a battered wife. If you and your missus ever have a fight, and you raise your hand like you're gonna slap her, right? She'll just grab a knife and stab you twice and cut up Kay like she was racking lines. But hey, I got love for you, homie. So save some respect, bro. I'm just taking a stand here today for the way that you get owned. If you cop any shit tonight from Jade when you get home, oh, one thing to say, love. Australia says no.
Give it up for that battle,